Hey everyone, it's Cecilia here. I'm on the road. I got a nice desk that's up here. I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Unfortunately, the seat's low. Usually at home, I'm up, the seat's high, and my whether it's my coffee table or my ottoman, it's low. I guess there's no winning. I can't get the perfect medium. But anyway, the chair's comfortable. I had to take my granddaughter somewhere, and I drove. It's 2.5 hour drive, and I had been up since early this morning, and I left, and well, we didn't even leave and get here till I dropped them off at 9 o'clock, and I'm just way too tired to drive. And it's a really long drive, and most of it is rural, so there's no street lights, and people come at you with those brights, so I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. It's cold here. I don't even know how cold it is outside right now. It's a little warmer here than it is in where I'm at home. But anyway, I'm going to do a reading today. I figured I might as well kind of relax. I'm feeling up to it, other than I'm a little tired, but I don't want to go to bed yet. I want to wait until like 11 o'clock. So, besides, I'm in the process of downloading videos I did yesterday, and it all takes time. So, and I want to share those. So, figured I'd give another reading while I am downloading videos. So, anyway, so I'm going to ask about ICE. What is the future of ICE? ICE is a fairly new organization. People don't realize how new it is. It started right after 9/11. Homeland Security was made. It replaced NSA. NSA, I forgot what NSA stood for. It's been a really long time, but it was NSA that, you might remember Snowden. Snowden worked for NSA, and he was a whistleblower. He let people know that basically that what's the word I want? That the government was spying on us. And I guess he did some classified stuff and that type of thing. But a lot of people consider him a hero because he let us know exactly how much people were spying on us. Because remember, after 9/11, they passed what was called the Patriot Act, which actually kind of took rights away from people. And I was very much opposed to that. And my legislator at the time when I was living in Ohio was against that, and I was very happy about that. But he was one of few, and that was Dennis Kucinich. And that kind of reminded me of what is it? Who is it? Oh, Ben Franklin said, when you trade, when you trade, you'll trade your freedom basically for. I'm so tired, I can't even think what the name of it, how it worded exactly, but basically, it's about trading security for freedom. You'll end up with neither, basically, to paraphrase. So, and that's kind of how I felt with and I don't think we have as many freedoms. I had more freedoms as before 9/11 than I have now. And a lot of people, they don't realize what they've lost. The younger people, they have no idea, but us older people, yeah, we know what we lost compared to what we had. And quite frankly, it's bullshit. Just saying, and then they put in Homeland Security after the Patriot Act. They did Homeland Security, and then from there, ICE was added, I think, a year later. Okay. Yeah, I do believe that's how it went. And but ICE has never been, well, I can't say it's never been. What's happening now, people think this isn't America. It's exactly what America is. If you know enough about our history, It's exactly who we are. And I've made mention, I've done a video in the past of, oh, what do you call it? Just releasing, about karma and our collective karma. And all this is part of that collective karma. But so I want to see, I already too did a reading on ice on where the people that are the so-called officers of not ICE are not who they said they were. They're not really ICE officers. They are, people like January Sixers, some of the Proud Boys, and other white supremacy groups, and they're not trained. They're wannabe soldiers. Yeah, call them wannabe soldiers. So I think of them. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a reading on ice, and I'm going to try. Oops, that's my own handing. I want to do a new spread. I had to write it down because I don't know it yet. But I thought I would try it. I saw it done by another tarot reader, and I was like, oh man, I really like that. I'm not one to usually do spreads. If you've paid attention to what I do, I just lay cards until spirit tells me to stop. And then I put it together and I make a story. Well, that's always worked for me, and it does work for me. And I feel better doing that than doing a spread. But I just thought, let's do a spread. Now, I am actually sitting right here is the top of the desk. I'm like, I feel like I'm sinking low. So what I'm going to do is when it comes time to turn the cards, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to have to physically hold because I realize I don't have my usual thing that I would put onto, well, not that it would hook on here anyway, but that I hook on at home to do my stuff. So let's go ahead and ask ice. I've already did my meditations and I've already, cleansed my energy and cleansed the energy here. This room actually has very good energy. I'm staying at Fairfield Inn, and I like Fairfield Inn. It's a little pricey. I mean, it's not at the top. It's not even in mid-range. I mean, it's not a Days Inn or a Comfort Suite or anything, but it's close to where I drop off my grandchild and I get free breakfast. I always like the beds, and I'm not, I don't get paid for saying this, but I like it's always quiet too. I love that. And it's kind of like gets me out of the energy of my house. Well, not that my house has bad energy, but I'm not as close to as many people. There doesn't seem to be as many people here in the hotel. It's very, very quiet. So I'm liking that. Yes. So let's see. What is ice? What is ice? What is their future? What is the future of ice? Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to have to hold this. Sometimes I need my cheat sheet. I'm getting old. Actually, I have the cheat sheet more so because up until 2 years ago, I never read reversals. It's easier just to read cards upright. And I used, and I had gotten some new decks. I've always operated under one deck, and it's an old deck. It's actually a deck that is out of print and rather rare, and that is the Arcus Arconium deck. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's a Nordic, a very masculine, blonde hair, blue eyes type of thing. It was given to me as a gift. And I wanted to try learning to read in reversal. Well, I mean, I was reading over 20 years on that one, and I used a lot of intuition on that one. But the problem that I have with the reversals in that, I just can't remember them all. It's just, I've got so much stuff in my brain, and I'm learning it slowly but surely, but it's taking me a while because I don't always use these. These are the regular Rider-Waite, tarot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. I have to hold this. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, so whoop. Let me shuffle that again because I did not like that. I'm looking at it. That was the devil card that flipped up, but it didn't feel. It just didn't feel right when I did that. I kind of look at it as maybe that was a card that it wanted me to have, but so we're gonna go ahead and let's try this. So this is the question. The first card is going to be the question. Jeez Louise, the cold is hurting my hands. Okay. So Page of Cups. This is the question. The Page of Cups. Now, this is about creative opportunities, intuition, messages, curiosity, possibility, happiness, surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, and new love. Okay, so this is the question. Usually, I call it like the stinky fish card, though. Okay, um, cups are about emotions. He's got a fish in there. He's bringing, and because they are cups are emotion cards, and the fish is like a stinky fish, and so he's presenting the stinky fish to somebody. So I'm looking at this, since this is the question we asked about the future of ice. Um, and the cups are all about emotions. And because of the emotions that everybody's having, people want to cut ice, people want to get rid of ice. So this is our question. What is it that we want for, what is the future of ice? And this is the question, and everybody wants to, everybody's got a different plan on it. Okay. Now it is crossed and challenged by the Nine of Swords. Okay. And swords are, they are about decision making, intellect, communication. But you notice he's, got all nine swords. He's sitting in bed and he looks all stressed out. This is about inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, releasing worry, hope, and reaching out. So this is the challenge we have. Okay, this is the question. This is the challenge. And the challenge is all the different feelings that people are having over the role that ice has had. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this into a, okay. I wish it was, there, I'll put it, geez Louise, but then it's there. Okay. This is the past. Remember I said that, that this is a new, I'm trying a new layout, so I'm not as comfortable with this, but one's the past. And Five of Pentacles, which means out in the cold. Okay, it's out in the cold. If Pentacles have to do with like money, it has to do with, it can be morals, it can be about well-being, it could be holding on to something, and business, and just those different things, like anything that has to do with money, morals, or well-being. Okay, it is when you read at the bottom, and they're out in the cold. I mean, geez Louise, look at how they're dressed. Okay, one is this looks like it's like a church or a meeting place, and they're not part of it. Okay, they're out in the cold, and this has to do with financial loss, lack mindset, loss, just plain old loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, and insecurity. So in the past, the reason why ICE came into, I take it that insecurity, after they did the Homeland Security and they added ICE to the mix, it was because they felt insecure for the people's safety. Okay. This is our current situation, which is the Hierophant in reverse. It's our current situation. And here it says personal beliefs, freedom, going against the grain, unconventional, foolish, generosity, frailty, unorthodox, hypocrisy, blind faith, and misconception. Well, this is where we are now. Okay. And what is sticking to me here is it's a mixed bag, because some people are looking at ICE as freedom. Oh, they're going to make us safe. They're going to make us free. You know, but I don't see that. Oh, blind faith. A lot of people blind faith. A lot of people are applauding ICE and what they're doing. Needless to say, I'm not one of them. But, oh, and personal beliefs is on here. But for me, what stands out is they're going against the grain, meaning that they are not following the Constitution. They're not doing what is, following the rule of law. I mean, we have, as far as like, they're treating people, all of them, as if they're criminals, and we know that that's not the case. Okay. We also know, there are statistics on crime statistics. I mean, you can look it up and know that it's not what they say it is. A lot of crimes have gone down, and police are actually safer now than they were when I was young in the 70s. Look it up. It's true. But they're going against the grain. They're not following. They're breaking all the rules, first of all, and they think they're allowed to do that. And they're not following, like they're not having an actual warrant. They're making their own warrants, which are not legal. They are grabbing children, that they're killing people, all these things. This is unconventional and it is foolish, okay? And it goes against the grain of the American people, okay? Overarching energy. Overarching energy is the Queen of Wands, okay? And wands are about challenge, action, not wands. I'm sorry, that's swords. Blah, blah, blah. It's about decision making, intellect, and communication. Now, she's in reverse. Queen. It's Queen of Wands. I'm sorry. And is overly emotional, easily influenced, bitchy, cold-hearted, cruel, and bitterness. This is the overarching energy. This is the energy of what is going on with ICE right now. That's in the 5th position. 6 is lesson to be learned. This is Pentacles in reverse. This is generally upside, right? It's usually the family wealth card, putting down prosperity throughout through generations. It's got a picture of grandpa and couple and children and their pets here. Pentacles also can be, as I said, about well-being. So it could be the well-being of the family unit. In the reverse part, it's the dark side of wealth. Financial future or loss, fleeting success, lack of stability, lack of resources, okay? And this is the lesson to be learned here. And from what I'm saying here is that it is, fleeting success, lack of stability, and financial failure or loss. I think, I think there might be some money being lost here. This is the dark side of wealth. A lot of money's being made here. People are joining for these 50,000, but they didn't read the fine print. They're going to be very surprised. But anyway, I don't even think it's just the dark side of wealth. It's the dark side of well-being and the dark side of morals. Because remember, it's not just about wealth. Or it could be about well-being. It could be about morals. And so this is the lesson that we are learning from this, about how the dark side of things can really not be good for the people. Okay. And the outcome is the death card in reverse. Now, death doesn't necessarily mean death as we know it, like physical death. It could be death of an idea, death of a regime, death of of a lot of different things. But this is reverse, and this says resistance to change, fearing change, holding on, stagnation, decay, personal transformation. The outcome is, this is funny because they're discussing funding for ICE now. And I'm under the understanding Democrats are not approving it, but I also think that there's some Republicans that want to cut that budget a little bit. And but what's sick is fearing change and resistance to change. There's going to be a fight in the House, I mean, in the Senate. Okay, I guess it was already passed in the House. 9 Democrats joined the Republicans, and I think what's going to happen is that there's going to be a fight. There's a resistance, and there's going to be those that want to change it. Let's cut some of this funding. Let's, because they're doing the budget, but you're going to have people that are resisting it. Okay, so that is my reading for this, and so I hope you're staying warm. It's a little warmer where I'm at because I'm like 2.5 hours south from where I live. It's a little warmer. It's still cold. It's still cold. It's like the upper 40s, but it's not as cold as my house. And it's certainly not as cold as everywhere else. And it feels, to be really honest, it feels really good. Even though I'm sitting by this window here, there's not a draft to be felt. I mean, these are nice, thick, double pane windows, unlike my house. My house is a little on the drafty side. I moved my thermometer, my thermostat from 70 to 90. I'm 90, not 90. What the heck am I saying? 70 to 69. And the reason why I put it on 69 is at 70, it was running and running and running, even during the day. I turned it down to 69 and it's less. So, but anyway, hope you're staying warm. Hope you have all your electricity. Nothing's happening to that. And you have a wonderful night. I know I'm going to sleep well tonight. Good night.